Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me Extra. It is our very first episode. I am one of your hosts, MC Mother Fixer. I'm trying not to swear a lot this year, boys. Alongside with me, I've got one, two fresh crash. I've got Mr. Paul Despawn, and I have Matt P Video. Wow, Matt's here for a first episode. That's crazy.
Hello.
Wow.
Crazy. How you feeling, Matt? You good?
Crazy.
I'm good, mate. Like I said last week, new year, new me. I'm here for every episode.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So far.
Okay.
So, well, I mean, he hasn't missed a week in this
That's
in this new format.
2024.
You know?
Yeah.
Hasn't missed a week. Yeah, this is My Xbox and Me Extra. It's our extra episode a week that we're planning on doing. Nothing will change. For people listening to the audio version, it will still go out there in the same podcast feed. It will just be called My Xbox and Me Extra with a title of something. We spoke about it literally just before we gone live, because we're live currently over on patreon.com/mcfixer. And also on youtube.com/My Xbox and Me for members only. So yeah, if you want to go and get all that. Again, I haven't come up with a rigmarole for this. This is very more laid back, chilled, us having a conversation about video games. About an hour long, maybe a little bit longer some weeks, maybe a little bit shorter some weeks. And yeah, I wanted to call it extra just in case, I think there's games that come out on PlayStation, there's games that come out on Switch, there's games that come out on only PC that we love. And we want to be able to talk about them a little bit more. And then in the same breath, games that come out obviously on Xbox and everywhere else, we want to go in more depth about it. I feel like last year you really had Kresh and Matt loving Lies of P, right? And to me, them not being able to really explore that in any of the formats that we currently had, I feel like here's the place that I can sit here and be bored for half an hour while you talk about that, pretending to be interested. No, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's just, we can go into, exactly, we can go into a lot more detail about it. So, yeah, this is kind of the idea for this. Again, as always, feedback. Feedback. What you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what you don't want to see is 100% what we want. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not even going to do like the promotion of all things. You already know most things. If you listen to the main episode, you know. Again, I'll come up with a rigmarole. I didn't really practice anything. So yeah. First topic this week, boys. We got a question from Calendar Riot who says, what are your New Year's resolutions and what do you think you'll be able to accomplish them? And I feel like we do this every year, right? Like there's always a conversation about New Year's resolutions, and I've just been very pragmatic about mine this year, but I want to start with Matt. Matt, I want personal life stuff, and then I want some gaming as well. But you can start off with however you want. Like if you got something from last year that you were just like, you know what, I can be better.
For me, last year was like a year of a lot of change, like really significant change. Like I changed jobs into Future Game Show, Games Radar, PC Gamer, and got married, and like, yeah, just a big year of a lot of change, both professionally and personally. And so I think this year, as lame as it is, I want to coast. I want to enjoy all the things that changed last year and just like, I'm not like looking for that next bump in career. I'm there. I want to enjoy it now for this year. Yeah, married life and stuff. Like we're happy
How
in
is
the
that?
flat. And
how's married life? How is
literally no different. Like this is the thing, right? I think like in olden days, you didn't live with your partner before you got married and stuff. Me and Em have been living together for 4 or 5 years, and we got the flat together and stuff. And well, yeah, absolutely. But like when we bought the flat, it was made very abundantly clear, like, hey, this is the commitment. You guys split up. You guys are financially corrupt for the next 10 years. It's like, oh shit, okay. And you get married, and like nothing changes. Like it's exactly the same,
You've got to wear jewelry. That's about it.
Exactly. Which I've kind of only just gotten used to. So there we go. So for me, like as lame as it is, coast this year, enjoy everything that's changed last year and kind of enjoy it all. And then I think I mentioned it on a podcast or somewhere, but I do want to give JRPGs a fairer shake than I have previously. That is my goal. Let's try maybe with a Rebirth. I'm not even sure you'd classify the Like a Dragon series in there, would you? Maybe you would, but I want to Like a Dragon try now.
I think,
especially
turn-based, yeah,
especially like the ones that where we generally refer to when we talk about Like a Dragon, because we don't talk about the general Yakuza series. We talk about whenever they switch the title to Like a Dragon
Yeah.
in the West.
Yeah. And so that's like in a couple of weeks, right? And people who've previewed it are raving about it. And so
You motherfuckers, I told you. See, I already messed up. I'm trying not to swear more.
I knew.
I
I
knew.
told you it's gonna be. I'm reckoning it's a Game of the Year contender. I'm telling you.
But that's what we're hearing, right? And and I know people who love those games. Obviously, people who love Final Fantasy love Final Fantasy, and it is just something that has totally rolled off my back every time they've come around. So this is the year. I say, I promise. I
You
will not let
try.
you down.
You try. I think that's the main thing is trying. I don't know if like worrying about like guaranteeing anything is the problem, but trying I think is the big thing for me, and that's what for me I'm trying to trying to swear less. I not that I feel like in a professional manner I'm absolutely fine. I do the UB streams. Obviously I don't swear on those at all. Very good at censoring myself in a professional manner, but when I'm relaxed and in my own spaces, which is podcasting with you guys, I'm relaxed, I'm in my own space. Sometimes I just swear for the sake of it. It's like you just don't need to, right?
Mhm.
Like I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's definitely something that I have become. I'm very hot on it with Haley because she doesn't swear very often, right? So when she does, I'm like, ugh, don't do that. Like don't do it. And then you've got me like, fuck. It's like, well, shut the hell up. Like, how comes you can sit there? It's the kettle being called black type situation, you know? So yeah, that's for me, swearing's a big one for me where I'm trying to change that. And I really, 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 really want to change my life in terms of health. I no longer care about, I'm not trying to lose weight.
Mhm.
I don't want to lose weight. I want my whole body to be healthier. Which means just becoming stronger and being able to lightly jog would be nice. Just little things like that. And I'm sure with those changes in my life, I will lose weight. But I'm not. The sole goal is no longer too big skinny. You know what I mean?
So I'm similar. Like, it's not that you've got a weight goal; it's that you've got a comfort of living goal. So, like, you don't want to be out of breath. You don't want your knees to hurt. Yeah.
Oh, they hurt so much. They hurt right
Mate,
now. I'm not gonna lie to you. My knees hurt right now.
Yeah. So I left the house this weekend. I know, right? Weird. There's no video games out there. Why would I do it? But I literally had to run maybe 20 feet to catch up to a bus.
Mhm.
And
I've been there.
yeah, that I don't know. I didn't like that.
The heart's just.
It's like that. You sit down on the bus like, why am I out of breath? Why? Why am I out of
Just ran a
breath?
marathon.
I've just outrun a bus. It's like, no, the bus stopped and waited, and I'm just like, please, sir, help. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that one, 100%. Like, again, it's not like I don't want to. I think I'm like you, where I don't want to make like a limit. Like, I need to hit this weight
Yeah.
to be happy. It's very much a case of like I need to be lower than where I currently am and healthier and feel like, I've made progress somewhere. I think again, just to jump in, I think like for me, it's like my goals this year are very much like they are actionable things rather than end goals. So like I posted them online for anyone who follows me on Twitter. It's very much a case of like I want to improve the output that we do here. Is one thing. I want to increase my editing work outside, so I get some more money from that. And I want to get a dog.
Nice.
That's it. Like, I just want to get a dog. So one of the things, like,
Nice.
so we are currently in the process of renovating our house. So to get the dog, I need to be able to say the house is finished because I don't want to get a dog in and then upend its life by getting plasterers and all sorts of locking in rooms and things like that. So it's very much a case like the end goal is the dog. But to get to the dog, I need to do the plastering. I need to get the bathroom done. It's all those little things. So it's like, I know the goals that I need to get to. But none of them are like number goals. Like with content, it's like, I don't want us to hit like 4,000 by the end of 2024.
Yeah.
Like what I want to do is produce really good content for everyone out there and be like, okay, cool. With that, the numbers will come. Hopefully.
Yes. Speaking of like that, in terms
and
of that
subscribe.
is, no, but I agree with you. I think like I had a light bulb moment, I guess, watching Crash stream. He streamed yesterday, playing Cocoon, right? And like, it's finally, I feel like we've finally got my Xbox and me in a place where I'm like, super happy with it because my Xbox and me was always meant to be bigger than me.
Mhm.
And for a long time, I felt like it was hingent upon whether I was on the show, and that means there was output on the channel and stuff, right? So like just watching, obviously I've watched you stream before Despawn, but like watching, especially watching Kresh, because I know how much Kresh doesn't want to do it. Watching him stream, and then not just that part of it, which he's very good at. I already knew he was very good at it. Like it's not like there's moments of silence or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like he's already good at it, but then like it's seeing the community, and it's the hardcore community of people that watch everything that we do, whether it's on my channel or back when you were doing your own stuff, Despawn, and same for you, Kresh. It's seeing people like Angel Boy come back to the community and you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, motherfucker, where you been? Like
Cursing fix. Cursing.
oh
Stop
yeah,
it.
so that don't count. Like, no, but do you know what I mean? But it was
Yeah.
nice to see everyone just be like, oh, Kresh Lev. It weren't like a fixer. Oh, it's not a fixer. Oh, I don't
Mhm.
care.
Yeah.
Like the numbers, looking at the numbers is no longer my number one priority anymore. It's the community. And if we can get 50 real ones who show up to everything, that's way more of a success in my head than 10,000 who only turn up because we SEO'd the title really well, and the YouTube algorithm really loved it. So yeah, man, it was a nice moment yesterday. And again, it was annoying. It was annoying for me and you because we're sitting here trying to sort out some back end stuff, but it felt like a more of a team thing because you've got Kresh working on something while we're behind the scenes working on something, and then it all coming together. And then you've not eaten your pizza because it's cold, and I'm like, I feel really bad, but you're like, don't worry about it. I'm like,
I warmed it up. It was fine.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a nice moment of something that I feel like for me personally, I've been trying to work towards for a really long time. So yeah, it's good, but yeah, it's nice.
Like I said, I'm excited for it because I said when I joined the team, it was very much a case like I want to help with the production value. I want to get us to a point where we can just be like, everyone's got everything they need. They just need to press go live and everything's there. And I feel like we're there, and I'm excited for that.
Very close. Very
close. We're getting there,
We're a tiny bit off. We're so close. But yeah, my gaming New Year's resolution sort of thing is I want to play it. So last year, I felt like at the end of the year, I was getting better. Obviously, playing games with Haley is one of my favorite things to do. You can walk past, woman. It is one of my favorite things to do, right? Like, and we were playing this Christmas and New Year. All we did was play Baldur's Gate. Like, everything was just New Year's Eve. We didn't go out. We played Baldur's Gate. Christmas Day, we ate dinner and played Baldur's Gate. Like, it was just so gaming focused that I'm like, I'm hoping with the move, and obviously I move. This is the penultimate episode in this bedroom, I guess. You see, you didn't think I knew a word like penultimate, did you, Matt? I see you. You're impressed. I see you judging me.
That's not what the novel was about.
But yeah, it kind of reminded me of that love I have for like playing games with her, and then the same thing for like playing games with you guys as well. Like whenever we play games together, we have a fucking amazing time.
Yeah.
Like we really do. It's just finding those pockets of time to actually do it, which fingers crossed there's gonna be more. But like that, and then like the silly ones I always say, the main thing I want to get better at is, you know, when everyone's saying, oh my God, this is amazing. Don't go against the grain, just go with it. Like that, like I'm so that person. Like Last of Us, I still not watched the Last of Us TV show because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going the opposite way then, and I'm not watching it. Like,
It can't be that good, so I'm not gonna watch it. So
No,
I'm
but
gonna say
you know what?
something
It's that-
negative
it's that
about it.
exactly, it's that level of the hype is so much that I'm gonna watch it and go, it was all right, and put my hot take out there on Twitter.
And you
/
don't need
X.
that.
And then
I
everyone's like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, no, I am 100% guilty of that. Like, to this day, I have not passed the first season of Breaking Bad. Because
I did that for a while and then watched it all.
It
The first season's slow, man.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
gotten past the first season either.
Okay, I don't want to be that guy.
Go and be that guy.
It's okay. Breaking Bad is a very good show. It's not the next coming
Not
up.
the best show ever, because people say it's the best show.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's even close to being the best show ever, personally. But it's a very, very good show.
Doesn't beat out Vampire Diaries, right?
It's not Bob's Burgers.
Do you know what? Do you know that's how, do you know how much I hate you right now? Because you know me so well and you can pull out a card like that. I hate you. The fact that you know that I probably like Vampire Diaries way more than I like Breaking Bad is scary. I hate you. I hate you.
You're welcome.
Bob's Burgers way better than Breaking Bad.
Don't like Bob's Burgers at all.
That's fair.
Peace.
I don't hate you for it. I don't hate you for it. Chris,
don't.
what about you though? What about you? What are you talking? What's going on, man? Talk to me.
I want to be kind of the opposite of Matt. I generally coast by. I do the podcast. I don't do much social media. If there's something that fancies me, I'll tweet something out. I don't really, what's so funny, Fix?
Nothing.
Go ahead. No, I want to know why you're laughing.
I want to know the punchline.
I want to listen. I just want to listen. Just want to listen.
Okay. You made me lose my train of thought, and I hate you right now for that.
You don't want to coast.
coast.
Yeah.
I want to I don't want to coast.
Okay.
I want to be more active on social media. I want to be more active. Part of that was live streaming, which I did actually really enjoy. The beginning was a little bit rough yesterday, but then once you get into the swing of things, it's great.
Yeah.
But just being more active outside of just the podcast with things, I think, is really one of my big goals with 2024. I was going to say 2023.
A bit late.
Yeah, just a little bit late. Just a little bit. And then gaming wise, it's to finish off the year strong. I started off 2023 very strong, I think, playing a lot of games. And then once I got towards the end of the year was when I sort of get into my rut of I don't want to play games, or I'll play the same game over and over and like ignore everything else. Where it's like I want to force myself in those situations. Not really force, because once I play a game, I end up enjoying it, but just sort of pushing through that threshold and deciding to play those games during those ruts and be like, these are the games I need to play. Let me just sit down. The stream will be great for that, streaming that. Because it's like, okay, I have to play a game this day. These are the games that like people have been talking about or that might need to be played for the end of the year and whatnot. So plug and play, and hopefully that carries over to other stuff. And it's just really, really just not going into that coastal mode of like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do the podcast, I'm gonna play my usual games, maybe something else, of just really trying more. Part of that was Cocoon. I would have never played Cocoon had it not been for that.
Yeah.
I think that's about it that I'm really looking to do next year.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, no, it's I don't know, man. 2020. I know the saying, right? Like, oh, like the 30s are your best years of your life. But me, I'm 30. I know not everyone's 30. Fuck you, Crash.
I say nothing.
Matt, how old are you? You're not 30 yet, are you?
29.
Yeah, you're coming, mate. It's coming. But for me, like the 30s, obviously moving huge. And I don't know, just like last year was such a crazy year for me. Like I look back at it, like Haley made I don't know if you saw the video that went out on my TikTok and I put it on Twitter as well, of like the everything I did in 2023. It was just like boom, 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 boom sort of thing. And I was like looking back on that, I'm like, oh, thanks. I respect it. But I was looking back at that and being like, damn, I did do a lot last year. Like a lot. Like, so yeah, it was like a successful year for me. And I'm like, okay, I want to do that again, but now with content. Because I don't think I did that with content. I did that with going to America and, you know, going to Twitch cons and things like that. But I didn't do it with content. Where the year before that, I felt like I had like a really good content year. So yeah, it's finding that balance and not becoming addicted to no pixel again, because that's a lot of time.
Any
I'll tell you off, don't worry.
Thanks.
Any trips to America planned this year?
To be honest with you, the plan is always to go to Texas. Like now that we've built this really strong relationship with Haley's family out there, right? Like going from not knowing these people, turning up and being like, we're staying on your ranch, to now like we didn't do Christmas there this year, right? And I'm like sat around going, oh, I really miss them. I am not Haley, not Haley saying this. This is me. I posted on my IG. I was just sat there thinking, I was just like, I miss Texas. Like I just miss those people, right? I think the one thing I want to do is if I do come, is actually utilize the fact I'm in America and maybe go to New York and go to, like, we're not that far away. I think what helped. Well, no, in the grand scheme of things, I think what helped was doing Vegas to Texas, right?
Sure.
Because I sort of opened my mind up of like, oh, it was a 2-hour flight. Like,
yeah,
that's
Texas
nothing.
to New York is not a 2-hour flight, though, right?
No, but how long is it?
I want to say like 6-ish.
Okay.
4, 5, 6. I would have
Yeah.
thought. Yeah,
It's
I don't
not-
know.
it's
I
not
don't know.
14.
No.
It's not 14. You're right.
You know, I've already done the hard part.
Yeah.
Sure.
You've got on the continent. You're good.
Yeah, like I've already done the hard part.
Yeah.
It's like 3 hours.
Oh,
there you go.
3 hours and a half. Yeah, it's
There
not.
you go.
There you go. Like, so I think next time that I come, I won't stop working as well. I'll bring my laptop and make sure that I'm, whether or not that's vlogging or whatever, like I had actually planned to do with TwitchCon. We did shoot a vlog. I
Mhm.
just never got Haley to edit it. In
So,
the end,
To be fair, you guys did do streams, so you still worked,
we
right?
tried. They were pretty busted, but we tried. We tried.
Got something out, you know?
Yeah, but yeah, just overall content, man. Content. That's the big thing for me. And about accomplishing them, I feel like just making sure people hold me accountable is the big thing. Like, I feel like I've especially struggled with, like, especially you guys, right? Like, I don't joke around with the boss stuff and blah 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 blah, but I don't like telling you guys what to do in terms of, like, it's not a comfortable thing of like, yo, Crash, why didn't you stream for 3 hours? Which I didn't want you to stream for 3 hours, but I'm using that as the example. Like,
Yeah.
if that's what I thought, it's hard to say that, right?
Mhm.
So until it's, I don't know, man, until it's like making money, which is always the barrier of what something is successful, I don't necessarily agree with that. Because that's not why I created this. I never created this in terms of making money. The
Yeah.
only reason why I want money for my Xbox and me is because I want to pay an editor so we can make better content. Like hook, line, and sinker, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
Eastbourne's got his job, Chris has got his job, Matt's got his job. I've got my own personal channel that I do stuff. My Xbox and me making money is not to become rich or try and become the next
Yeah.
insert company here. It's to pay an editor so we can just keep making cool content and then passing it over. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
The money makes the
100%.
content, makes the money, makes the content, makes the money,
Yep.
makes the content.
Agreed. Shout out to our Patreon producer Aaron God before I forget about anything else like that. So thank you. Let's talk some news. Like we got a couple of beats here worth talking about, boys. So we'll do that. First up, Xbox Direct date possibly leaked. It's looking like the new Xbox Developer Direct. You might remember we had one. Oh, when was the first one? Does anyone remember the
It
exact
was
date?
early in the year, wasn't it? 'Cause it's when
Yeah.
Hi-Fi
It
Rush
was
dropped.
January.
Was it
I
January as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like there's going to be another one coming in January. It's looking like it's going to be January 25th. This leak comes of courtesy of the prominent leaker Exodus TV. I think that's right. Oh,
Yes,
X. Yeah, is that
I-
right?
Yeah.
It's one of those internet names.
EXTAS1STV.
Exactly. Numbers, capital letters. You're never going to win.
Yeah. Ecstasy. Yeah.
Yeah. They posted a graphic for the event that's going to be on YouTube and Twitch with symbols with it to watch live. Well, Gresh?
I was gonna say I do know that there is another rumor that it's a week before. It's like the week of the 14th, which would put it a week before that, but still ballpark area, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm excited. I'll say this right now. I enjoyed the first direct to the developer direct. I hate the name for it. I wish they just would have went with Xbox Direct. Like,
Yeah.
I get that you're stealing Nintendo. They don't own copyright over a word like direct. So yeah, I'm personally excited. I want release dates. I'm very happy with what we know of now from Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting announcements in as such, but we don't really know. And when I say announcements, I mean announcements in terms of new games. But we don't really know what's in store for us release date this year, right? I don't know what we have dates for Xbox stuff.
Yeah,
Don't
not a
think
whole lot.
we have like anything, right?
No.
So-
I think we've the only thing I can think off the top of my head that we've got anything is a year for Senua Saga. Oh
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Which
And I think Avowed have said 2024 as well.
Mhm.
yeah,
So I can see that being pushed so much. I don't
Yeah, I've
know
seen
why,
both
but
being
I
pushed.
totally. No, Hellblade, I'm actually optimistic about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hellblade, I'm optimistic about. But
I don't know.
Avowed, I don't know.
Until we get a release date, I'm not optimistic about anything.
Yeah. And even
Anything
with
from
Look
that,
at the
that.
release dates then.
yeah.
Like, even then, like, who knows?
I'm pretty sure the language from both is we are aiming for 2024.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that's
sure.
always the
I get it.
case. Yeah.
I'm sure. Are you guys excited though? Excited for a new direct?
Always. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Last time we got
interested to see
Hi-Fi
what-
Rush. I'm probably
Yeah.
too excited.
Dude, don't go in with those
Probably. I've seen
expectations. Don't go in with
I've
those
seen
expectations.
some people with wild expectations because of Hi-Fi Rush.
I
Yeah.
can see Gears getting announced.
Gears would be
Gears
a
could
good one.
possibly. Yeah.
January. That feels like that feels like a June, not E3 thing.
If it's- But if
It
it's getting released this
depends.
year, I can see them announcing it and then another and with a go on. I don't know.
It really depends how big they want. I think this developer direct will be really important to how big of an emphasis they want to be in a Splash of the Water. Is it just an update for Xbox's stuff this year, not big announcements other than like a shadow drop here or there? Or is it like another mini E3 for them, right?
Mhm.
And so I think this year, if we see big announcements like a Gears of War, I think that's very telling for the future of the show. And then if we don't see it, I think that's also very telling, which isn't a negative if we don't get something like Gears of War, right? Because
Yeah.
there is a lot of Xbox stuff out there in the works that we don't have a time for, like Contraband, right? We have no date for Contraband or anything like that. Getting a window for that, which we might have a release window. I can't think of off the top of my
I
head
don't
for
think
that.
so.
No.
Would be cool. I'd be down for that. Just getting a little bit more information from what are these studios are doing and release windows for some of those games as well would be very dope.
Yeah. Do you believe the leak?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think it was probably one of the highlights of Xbox's year as far as like media attention on them. I think a big part of that is how good Hi-Fi Rush ended up being off of the shadow drop, but still was definitely positive. I would be shocked if they didn't look at that and like, hey, maybe we do this again next year, right?
Yeah. Whether they have
I
a
don't know.
shadow drop, I don't know. I don't like unless there is something in the works that no one's thought of. I don't think there's going to be another shadow drop like Hi-Fi Rush, but I could definitely see a ton of dates coming and stuff like that. This feels like, I mean, this is just pie in the sky, hopeful thinking. Like this feels like a really good opportunity for Xbox to like plant their flag in the ground. But like, this is our statement of intent for 2024. Like, this is all the things that are coming this year. Granted, some things might get pushed back and things like that, but it feels like it'd be a wasted opportunity if this went. It's a couple of indies that are coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Go on, Matt.
Very quick correction. Well, correction. The Loadout reported on a leak 6 months ago, an anonymous leak, that Avalanche were aiming for a 2024 release for Contraband.
Okay.
So that's a leak though. That's not.
Yeah.
we
I agree.
ain't wrong.
Yeah.
We ain't wrong. I get you.
With
I got
putting
you.
it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Yeah, 100%.
Do you guys think we see Redfall update at all at this showcase? So you
Not
think
talk about Redfall.
They're
you
not
don't,
talking
you
about
don't think
Redfall.
so?
Unless there is
'Cause
a
they had-
full-on 2.0 redesign of that game, I don't think we're going to hear anything outside a blog post.
I was gonna say they've talked about like their intent to like keep the game going because they originally planned for like more heroes, characters, operators. I don't know what they call them in that game to release for the game.
Mhm.
I feel like maybe this would be the time to show it.
Nah,
I agree.
no
I
way.
think you don't show it at all unless there is a 2.0.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We've talked about in the past, like the numbers for players on that game is scarily bad. For it
I
being-
refuse to go and play it because of how bad the numbers are.
Yeah, like as a content creator, it's like it's it's a nail in the coffin for your stream. Like there's like no one playing it, no one's coming to watch it. And it's like it's bad. So like unless like I said, unless it is a major redesign, unless it's a Cyberpunk level rebuild, it's not happening. That game is blog post worthy at best now, which is a shame.
Putting on the old content creator hat,
Go on.
4 of us playing Redfall and then titling it, is Redfall worth playing in 2023? Probably slaps.
No.
Just saying.
It'd be
No.
terrible because it's now 2024.
That's what I meant.
Is it worth building a time machine and going back to play Redfall last
No.
year?
Yes,
I
it is.
can-
No.
Absolutely it
I mean,
is.
to have the time machine, yeah. The rest of it, no, I'm good.
Alright, next piece of news we got, boys, is Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush is coming. It's looking like coming to Nintendo Switch. This was taken from Lords of Gaming .net. and they're reporting that from Moonlight Studios released the Ori games on Switch, we're getting another native version of a game from Xbox Studio, being Bethesda and Tango, obviously, for Hi-Fi Rush. Does this... My question more, I'm not surprised as such, but how do you feel about an Xbox exclusive game coming to a platform like Switch? It's been a year. It'd be a full year since it came out on Xbox and got its surprise release. How do we feel about this? Because I'll let you guys start.
I have two different opinions on it. One is based off the game itself for Hi-Fi Rush, and one is for Xbox. For Hi-Fi Rush, I think this is great. I think it's great for the game. I think it fits on the Switch platform. I think getting more eyes on it will only benefit a sequel if a sequel is made in the future. As far as Xbox goes, I think that's just very confusing because Xbox has made a very big stink about like our exclusives are exclusives. Not every game is Ori. Not every game is Cuphead, et cetera, right? So this just feels a little bit odd if it does end up being the case. I'm not opposed to it, right? Because I do think change is good and all change is inevitable, right? And we've talked about certain games deserving more love, and one way to get that for sure is putting it on other platforms. I just feel like the messaging has just been all over the place for Xbox last year, that I don't know the benefits of necessarily doing this for your branding when you're already getting stuff with making Starfield exclusive, and then the Blade game gets announced, and what's everybody asking? Is this game exclusive? Is it multi-platform, et cetera, et cetera? And that conversation can't be healthy for Xbox, I'd assume.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. It's I agree with you on most points that you made. I think it's a very bad position for Xbox to be in. Very bad. For them to have a game that was loved so much and, it being the only place to play it type situation. Obviously, you got PC, but we don't really count that anymore in these conversations. And then it come into Switch is like I don't know. It doesn't feel good to me because I think it sets a bad precedent. I think it sets a bad precedent moving forward because it feels like what PlayStation do with their games, right? Where it's like, and it's very different, but it feels similar to like when they come to PC eventually, and it feels like this is a sped up version of that in terms of. We could see other games turn up on Switch, probably just Switch at this point, because PlayStation and I don't think PlayStation will play ball too much. But I think I'd be okay with this if it was like maybe another year had passed. And then it's a case of, all right, then we're going to try and extrapolate some more money out of this game so we can put more money into Hi-Fi Rush 2, et cetera, et cetera. Makes more sense. But a year, I don't know if a year's enough time has passed for me where I'm comfortable with this just being on Switch as an Xbox player. I'm speaking from an Xbox player's perspective. Business-wise, makes perfect sense. Go get that bread, double dippers. People who didn't play the game that were like, I didn't play that, but I do need something new on my Switch. You'll pick this up. You go check Metacritic. It's got 9s and 10s. You go, let me check it out. And it's probably at a reduced price as well, you would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, Switch games are usually I want to say a little cheaper, but not by much. But no. I mean, they never go down further in price. I don't know why, but yeah, it's a weird one.
That's just Nintendo. That's first party Nintendo.
Nintendo are weird like that. But I think I'm with you on this one. Like, it's very much a case of, like, while it's great for the gamers who want to play it who don't have Xbox, for the Xbox like marketing, like Xbox again, they keep setting themselves up to fail in these kind of instances. It's very much a case like these are the places to play Xbox games. Oh, actually, no, we're going to release it over here. These are the places to play the exclusives. Actually, we're going to make this a third-party one instead. These are the places to play Xbox games. Actually, we've got to deal with them to release it over there first. It's like every single time. It's like Xbox is the place to play Xbox games, except for when it's not. And it's like,
does that not play into their marketing though?
I gotta jump in. I disagree with all of you so much. I disagree with all of you so much. Like the Xbox messaging has been play anywhere. If Xbox could put cloud gaming onto Switch, they would.
You said a very important thing, and that's cloud gaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
This wouldn't be through cloud gaming. This is just releasing 100%. The game on the platform.
But if you were already going to put the cloud gaming service on there, and you've got a rhythm-based game like Hi-Fi Rush, where you're like, you know what, cloud gaming is not a good representation of what this game is. Play it, buy it full price, and play it for real.
100% agree with you. When they announced that cloud gaming is going there as well, that this is a great decision.
Sure, but isn't this not the stepping stone towards that? Like,
Probably.
Everything that like this that happens makes that a more viable thing to happen in the future?
No, because the reason I say is who makes money on cloud gaming? Only Xbox.
Mhm.
Well, there'd
makes
be a
money
deal
here?
where that wouldn't be the case, wouldn't it?
I
They'd have to give
guess.
Nintendo something.
Oh, well, yeah, but
But what is the something? They could do that right now. They
Yeah.
could probably come up with a deal.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, and I do think I think overall it's not against Xbox's messaging. My point on like sort of for Xbox it sucks is more so from the gamer's perspective. The people who are super onto the Xbox as a brand, who are like, this is why I own an Xbox, and I'm proud for Xbox for X, Y, and Z. I think this kind of counteracts against them a little bit because they're like, why do I even own an Xbox at this point if the games are going to be going multi-platform?
I think because if you're that kind of Xbox gamer, surely you have Game Pass. And surely you see anybody spending 40, 30, 60 bucks on a game, you're like, ha, idiot, what a waste. I spent 120 quid and got Hi-Fi Rush, and I got Redfall and Starfield and all these other games as well that year. All right, ditch Redfield. All these other games that year. You just spent 40 bucks on Hi-Fi Rush, and I didn't. And I still played it, and I played it earlier than you. Like, if you're that kind of gamer, I think that's the mentality. Should be.
Yeah,
mentality.
but brand loyalty is sort of based also on like what I can exclusively get, what they don't have, and they'll have, even if I can play it through Game Pass and all this stuff, they have it now, and it loses value on that personal level, and it makes somebody more willing to possibly leave that brand because I can get what I want over there.
You're not leaving Xbox for Switch.
No, not right now. Not 100% agree. But who says it ends with Switch now? Because you're opening up that dialogue, and that's kind of the issue with it.
where
You're
else
opening up
is there
that
to go,
conversation
though?
piece.
It's not going to go to PlayStation. It would be interesting if it went to PlayStation. Like, I think this puts the screws on PlayStation a little bit to go like, oh, there's one of 2023's best games is on everything except PlayStation now.
I would
But-
say it was the third best game that came out that year.
I said one of to make everybody
I don't know if we
happy.
if we look at the My Xbox and Me Game of the Year list. I don't know. I don't think that's accurate.
And I think it puts the eyeballs for that on PlayStation as opposed to anywhere else, like Xbox, right? Of going like, huh, that's a miss for PlayStation.
I get you.
I don't think it's a huge
Alright.
miss.
No,
but-
no, of course not. Of course not.
And it'll never happen. But it is interesting to start like putting the pressure on by going, it's everywhere now except PlayStation. And yeah, I don't see the downside of it a year later going to Nintendo, right? Get that more money into Tango and
I like personally, I don't really care. I actually think it's a good move personally.
Yeah.
I just think branding wise, it's just odd for Xbox to do this again when Phil Spencer specifically had a very big run of not everything, don't go expecting everything to come to the Switch, which I think a key word there is like everything, which implies some stuff
things.
probably going to Switch. But still the messaging was very clear, I think, on his intent with that it just kind of muddies up all future statements he'll make from now involving that is like, what do we trust? Do we trust stuff's going multi-platform? Do we think stuff's going exclusive and stuff like that?
I get that. Like, you've also got to cover your own ass, right? Like, if he never said that, and then Hi-Fi Rush comes to Switch, there would be people going like, okay, so then what about Starfield? And you go like, there's just no way Starfield can run on the Switch. Like, Hi-Fi Rush and Starfield are not the same things. And then
You
you've
would
got
have
to have
said
that
that about
conversation.
Skyrim, though. You would have said that about Skyrim.
No, I wouldn't have.
Not
Skyrim
running on
came
the
out on the
Switch?
PS3.
Yeah, so I'd be shocked if Skyrim couldn't run on the Switch.
I would like to take back my statement. You're correct.
And isn't that like a Switch stream game? Like, you have to stream it on the Switch?
No, it's native. It's native.
Is
They
it
got a
not? Is it?
cartridge. They
Okay.
got a cartridge and stuff. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not-
okay,
Um,
okay.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right. Interesting. Fair enough. One more thing, boys. Let's talk about this. The best thing to happen to you, IRL, or What is this? Let me read this again. It's from a Wild Army, and it said, "Best thing that has happened to you IRL or in a game in 2023." I kind of like the idea of a game. What's your favorite gaming moment that happened in 2023? Something that you didn't expect to happen, or took you by surprise. Like, what's that one thing?
That is a good question.
Playing the demo for Final Fantasy 16.
Okay.
That demo was so good, and it exceeded my expectations, probably to the negative impact of that game as a whole. Not saying that I disliked the game as a whole, but that moment was like, it'll probably be etched in my memory for games, probably for a very, very long time, with how good that opening was for that game.
100% agree. That opening is so good. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Just that, like, again, it's not really a spoiler at this point. It's been out for long enough, but like the last line in the demo of just him screaming, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, I think that's a really good one. But for me, I mean, come on, this is the GTA 6 trailer, right?
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It's the GTA 6 trailer. I mean, it
was leaked though, and then it was
I
like
didn't watch
messy,
the leak.
and
I
get it,
yeah.
but yeah,
I didn't take anything away from the trailer itself. But like that is a video game moment in 2023.
Nah, it got ruined. I understand.
Like,
yeah, I'm glad it didn't ruin it for you. For me, the fact that we were so close to sharing a moment in history where every single person was about to get to experience something at the exact same moment.
Yeah.
And it was gonna, don't get me wrong, it's the biggest video on YouTube as it is, most liked, all those records it broke, whatever. But without that leak, it could have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was sat right here and I was so angry.
Yeah.
I was so, because I couldn't stream it, I couldn't react to it live, I couldn't everything I wanted to do. Then I saw a bit of it, and then it sucked. Don't get me wrong, the trailer's fantastic. Fantastic trailer. I think it sets the tone for that world amazingly, but it sucked the energy out of me in a way that I was so upset by.
Yeah, I watched it, at like 7 a.m. as soon as I woke up, and thought it was fake. Like somebody had tweeted it, and I was like, huh, what? And then watched it and was like, oh, this looks good for a fake or whatever. I know it's coming out in a few hours. Then started reading more and was like, oh no, that is real. That is it. I was like, fuck. Like, yeah, I want ready and like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it feels so weird to say, but like, you want it to be that moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted us all to experience that. I think it was 2:00 in the UK. 2:00, we all sat at our computers waiting. Like this was a moment in history, and they'll do it again. I know for a fact they'll do trailer 2, and hopefully that one doesn't get leaked, and they'll set up again for us all to do it again. But yeah, no, it was a good moment though. Like that trailer. And then the energy just being popped out of you when it doesn't come this year. It's like,
when 2025 came up on screen, it's like, oh man.
Do you think it's like Sony and Xbox must just be like, thank God, when
I think
those games don't come to PC? No, like, do you not think they just go, oh my God, you keep us in business? In like, not obviously we understand video games are the biggest medium in the world. I'm hyperbolic there a little bit. But do you think there's a part of them that just goes, oh my God, you like, wish we had more companies like you that like sells our systems?
Yeah. The best selling game ever, only available on consoles. Yeah, I think they'll be happy about that.
Yeah.
I think especially now. Yeah. Like with the way they're streaming and PC gaming, like that's sort of taken PC gaming in the last sort of half a decade. Certainly since GTA 5 came out. A lot more people are playing on PC now, and that market is a lot more split. And this legitimately brings people back into the console market. Like
people go out and buy consoles to play GTA.
Exactly.
Which one of whoever Sony or Xbox have a bundle that comes with GTA 6 at some point is going to make so much money just off of that bundle. Yeah, and get so many people invested in their platform as well.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Yeah, for me, it comes back to Baldur's Gate. I feel like just that shared moment of, again, Crash isn't playing with us at the moment, but like that shared moment of that first time we played, of me, Crash, Haley playing this game. Haley doesn't have a clue what's going on. I bought it for one of her 30 presents for her 30th. And she's like, I don't care. Like, why are you buying me this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, she likes, we've enjoyed playing D&D together, but I wouldn't say like that's her thing, you know? But like us literally going through the beginning of that game and then Crash killing the main character. And I was annoyed. I was so
Are you really?
Yeah. I was, because I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You're ruining my damn game. But I understood. You're playing the character, whatever. And then he brings back the character back to life.
Yes.
And I go, wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean you just brought it back to life? He's naked now because I took all his clothes. Like that was the moment of like, oh yeah, this game's gonna be ridiculous. Like I can already tell. Like this game's gonna be crazy. And then that would be a miss to not mention NoPixel. As much as it gets on my nerves, it annoys me, it brought me back to my love of making music. So I could never ever take that away. Don't get me wrong, I didn't have the same year I had the first year that I played it. We ended up, like, I think that first year we ended up releasing 20 plus songs, and then this year we ended up releasing 14 plus songs. But just like, I jump on Spotify now, right? And like people are sending me pictures of me in their Spotify wrap up. And I'm like, you realize you've got like good musicians out there. Like, and it's like, no, bro, like we really like your music. And the amount of nice messages I've gotten from people, like, just like, oh, I love your music, man. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, you know, like it's very similar to making a piece of content. I feel like when you put a lot of effort into it and stuff like that, and you've edited it and then it comes out and then people appreciate it, whether or not it gets thousands upon thousands of views or not. But like when you get like those group of people like, yo, what you did with this part here, that's kind of what I get with music. Where like and now I'm able to play music, the older stuff, right? Play it to people and be like, this is amazing. And I'm like, man, I'm making music way better than this now as well. Like, so yeah, it's just it's one of those moments I feel like by the time I have kids and stuff, I feel like Spotify's still going to be the dominant platform where I'll be able to go, oh look, there's dad. Yeah. Like there's dad. Like, what do you mean there's dad? Like, what do you mean you got a song hopefully by then, Talking Numbers will have done 100K. I'm like, what do you mean you got a song with 100,000 listeners? Like, I look at that song every day. And it's at 88,000 right now. And I'm like, 88,000, which I know, like, when you compare it to like proper musicians who are doing millions and billions and trillions of streams, it's nothing, right? But for like little old me, who made the song in my friend's bedroom with him, who he produced it. We got a song with P Money, who's one of my favorite rappers of all time. Like all those things coming together, and you're like, Jesus, this is nuts. And this all happened because of Grand Theft Auto, and not just Grand Theft Auto, because of a mod of Grand Theft Auto where I played a character that was a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. So
wild.
Yeah, man.
Also, just as a side thing, I just want to spoil it. You are a proper musician.
Oh no, I know. I know that. We were having this conversation. We was having this conversation yesterday, me and Haley, because she got upset because I said that she couldn't cook. And because, hear me out, my definition of someone who can cook is someone who can cook. Like, if someone says to you in terms of like, oh, here we go, Matt's giving me the eyes. If someone says to you, if I say to you, Matt, can you cook?
Yeah.
You think you're a good cook, right?
Yeah.
But if I said to you, all right, cool, can you go fillet a fish for me? Like, I want all the bones put out, I want all this stuff. You couldn't do it. And because, again, I come from my nan is a cook. My nan could cook. Like, you could tell her to fillet a fish, boom, all the bones are out, boom, boom, boom. How do you want it? You want cod, you want this, you want that, but she could do it all, right? And then same for my aunts and people like that. They are very good cooks. So I don't classify someone who makes a fucking roast dinner like once every 3 months as a cook. Like, that's not where my head goes to. I think of people who can cook. So if someone said to me, "Can I?"
Dinner?
Very good. Okay. Haley's roast dinner is amazing, but you might be able to have a specialty in one dish. I don't think that makes you a cook. And the same thing I said was back to Haley was like, this is the example I used, which was like a musician. I can rap. I wouldn't say I'm a rapper. Because if you put me up against people who can rap, I'm absolute dog shit. And I think it belittles their skill set by putting me in the pot with them. Do you know what I mean? I can rap. I'm not a rapper. Matt, you can cook. You're not a good cook, in my opinion. Like, you're not on that level.
Sure. The way I think of it is, are you above average? Put everybody in the UK in a room and go, am I better at this thing than most of these people? Then I think I can say I'm a good cook.
Let me change it.
I'm a good rapper.
Put everybody in.
Not great.
Put everybody in the room who can rap. Not everyone in the UK. Everyone who can rap, right? Where do you come out on that list? I'm in the bottom third.
You get what I'm saying? Just saying.
No. I'm not saying I'm not in the room, but I don't like to belittle people who have a elite skill set, because the things that I'm good at, I think I'm quite good at podcasting at this point. I've been doing it a really long time. I know when to push to the right person. I know when to, makes it a lot harder when you're in Discord because obviously timing and things like that. But this is something I'm quite good at. I think at this point I've gotten to a point where I'm good at streaming, right? But it's the same question where if someone does one stream, are they then a streamer? On paper, yeah. But I think that then belittles my skill set that I've been doing this for 10 years and I've tried to elevate myself to a streamer. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the examples in which I use.
There's so much gray area in there.
Of course, 100%. But yeah, that was
Fix doesn't mean it from like a belittling way where somebody
would
say like,
absolutely
oh, you're not a streamer. It's more so like in a humbling way of like, I haven't hit the level of being classified in that portion where it's like, I'm very talented at that. And I get what Fix is saying.
Well, I said to Haley about football. I said, oh, I can play football. It don't make me a footballer though, does it? No, I can play football and I can have fun with it and I can enjoy it. And I'm sure I can find, I can find 10 people who would watch me play football and go, you're amazing. It doesn't make it real. It doesn't make it correct.
Fix is like, it's the difference between a hobby and a career. And like, there is a distinction there, right? It's like where I'm doing this and I'm good enough at this that I can make a living off of just this, right?
It's not even so much about the monetary value though, because I was talking like the same with cooking, right? Like, I think like with cooking, it's like, if you can follow instructions really well, you can still you can cook. You're not like, I wouldn't be like, oh, you're the greatest chef, right? Like they're not the same thing, which is where the nuance comes in of like being a chef and being a good cook. And then that's a whole different conversation, I guess.
I mean, we could talk about this for ages. I think there's also, though, like that's
what this is for, mate. This is extra.
There's super subjectiveness around what is good, right?
100%.
So the fact that you have a song in which you're rapping on that has 80,000 streams on Spotify, I don't know, probably puts you in the top 10% of artists who have ever released a song, right?
Probably, in the grand scheme of things, more than likely, yes.
Exactly.
Because I understand how hard it is to even get 1,000.
Exactly. But, and when you have, again, I'm not good on the numbers, right? But let's say you have 100 people watching you on Twitch. That surely puts you in the top 2% of Twitch streamers, right?
I'll tell you right now, if you have 10 people watching you on Twitch, you're in the top 0.02%.
There we go then. Incredible, right? So like, I think all of that means you can happily call yourself a streamer and a rapper and a podcaster and a whatever you want to call yourself, Fix.
I think it depends from the viewpoint you're going on with that one, because you're talking about it as if those views or those listens, and not to take away from it.
No, I agree.
Like that, Fix could get those listens off of great marketing, right?
Great,
which is part of what he did. He went into GTA. He marketed himself great. He doesn't necessarily have to put out good music to get those listens.
That's what I mean. Good music is far too subjective to actually worry about marking yourself on that scale.
No, but
that's the perspective Fix is going at it.
Yeah, from. That's what I'm going at it from, though. Yeah,
that's his whole viewpoint on all of it is based
most things. Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. You're saying it more in an uplifting way. Fix is just saying it in like a humbling, like I wouldn't put myself on that caliber because I wouldn't. In the things that I'm good in, I wouldn't want people to sort of just pull me down to like essentially like their level off of thinking that I'm making it sound very egotistical.
No. I 100% agree with you. It's like, I think about it more the opposite way, right? Like, I don't want to belittle Eminem by putting me in the same category as Eminem. You call me a rapper, I'm in the same boat as Eminem. I'm not even in the same room, world, earth as Eminem when it comes to rap. Do you understand what I'm saying?
He's got his own boat. That's a whole different
Sure.
thing.
But you can't have, in my opinion, you can't have both. You can't have you're a good rapper and then not compare yourself to that level. But there's not two different categories here.
There is to me. Like
I am a rap. See, to me, there's not. It's I am a rapper, which means then you are comparing yourself. You have to then compare yourself to the greats.
Are you a gamer?
Yes, I'm a gamer.
Are you a
You ain't no ninja. You ain't no Shroud.
No, I'm better. No, you're right. I'm better than Ninja, and I'm better at Shroud at some things. At some things, I'm better than. I think I'm a better role player than both of
Is
them.
that a gamer?
Yeah.
I'd say that's an actor.
It's a video game. It's a video game. I'm playing a video game.
If you're role playing in a game for a game, you're definitely playing a game. No.
Yeah.
If it is a part
100%.
of that game,
100%.
Like
it's one of the things that makes gaming amazing. Is it's a very interactive thing.
That's
and
what we love about gaming,
That
right?
thing about gaming changes constantly.
Mm.
There are
No,
people who
I
are great
agree.
at people are great at Call of Duty or Counter Strike who can't play a puzzle game for their life.
That's
are
what I was
they a
about to
gamer
say.
because they're not good at puzzle games?
Sure. I'd put you way closer to improv or acting or something like that than gaming when you're GTA role playing.
I think it has those skill sets 1000%, but that's not the only skill set. Gaming is still a huge. I think you don't watch enough of it to understand it probably
Maybe.
as fully.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
the game is so mechanical.
Yeah.
Okay.
there's
Like
still a
you
ton
got
of
to think it's
mechanics
not
to it.
just people standing around talking the whole time.
That's
There's
exactly
then-
what I thought it was.
No, it's not. There's then shooting. There's then driving. There's then
Okay.
hacking. There's a 1,001 other things like working a civ job, which is still driving a dustbin, and then like there's so much other stuff to it than just
Yeah.
standing around role playing in terms of talking in character. Like there's so much more.
Yeah, there's a lot of mechanics to it, but there is there is still that social aspect, which is a big
Yeah.
part of it. But yeah, it's multiple skills.
Welcome to the
Improv,
extra of
those,
this extra
like-
episode.
Oh yeah,
Improv.
that's what this is for.
100%. 100%. Interesting. All right. Well, I've got a new game for you by all of you anyway. So here you go. Obviously, on the My Xbox and Me podcast, we do the Guess That Game in 5. Here, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I want to set the boys a task in terms of blind ranking these video games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a video game series, I believe, and you're going to tell me where you want it to go in 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. First game being Football Manager, boys. Discuss.
Very quickly,
5.
1 is obviously the best, 5 is obviously the worst.
Correct.
Football Manager,
5.
yeah, I'm happy to put it at 5.
Yeah, super happy to put it at 5.
Let's get a foundation locked in. It's
Yeah.
going 5.
I'm-
Sure?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Ooh, I don't
There's no
know.
doubt.
Like we
There's nothing.
right. Stop a second. We don't know what other games he's going to bring out.
He could
Of course.
bring out Redfall. Football Manager's 5.
To be
Yeah,
fair, I did have more
agreed.
fun in Redfall than I've ever in a Football Manager game. Oh man, because I know the way Fix's mind works. I want to say 4.
I'll be happy with 4 if you guys want to put it 4 as a safety. We
Mhm.
could put it 4, but when he ends up getting to that last one and he says Elden Ring and the only spot left is 5, you have them pre-picked, right? You're not gonna pull a whammy from under our feet.
Carry on discussing Football Manager at number
He's not gonna
3.
answer it.
Okay. In that case,
number
I'll just say number 5 because I can't think of anything more dull than doing spreadsheets about football.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do 5.
5.
Okay, there we go.
Number 5, yes?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. The Sims.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
I think it's 2.
You think
As a
it's
franchise,
2?
I think put it in 2.
Okay.
That's so high.
That is high. I was going to
That's-
say 3. I
I'd
think
be fine with 3 or 4.
I say 3 just because Sims has got like so much scope to have a ton of fun. Like there's the whole like you could do the rags to riches thing. You can make yourself a billionaire and build whatever house and thing you want. You can have your own little dysfunctional family. You can drown people in a pool. There is so much fun you can have with Sims.
To drown people in a pool, you got to get the DLC though.
I
You
mean,
don't just get it from the game.
Well, no, not if you
No,
get
you're-
base Sims 1. You can do it
Yeah,
straight away.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
True.
It's
I
only the
guess,
latest
a
ones,
franchise as
yeah.
a whole. Franchise as a whole. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking
I'm
about.
happy.
We're talking
I'm
about
happy
franchise
with
as a
Sims in 3. I'm happy.
Yeah.
with
As a
Sims in
long
3.
running franchise, there ain't much out there that beats The Sims, but I'm happy to drop it to 3 if we want to put it in at 3.
Mhm.
I think 3.
Lock it in at 3.
Okay.
Locking it in at number 3. We have Football Manager at number 5 and The Sims at number 3. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Command and Conquer.
I don't really know much about Command and Conquer. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
I do.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna throw my hat in for number 4.
Yeah, my instinct was we have to put this at 2, but the Command and Conquer series has had such high highs and such low lows that I think, you immediately think of the high highs.
Yeah.
And now I'm here and I'm like, remember Generals? I actually think Generals was quite a beloved one, but yeah, like I'm happy to put it in at 4.
Yeah.
But
It's
it did,
This is
the
I'm
two.
just saying we're
So
leaving
good.
these last
as a this is what are these
Pretty
last
high.
2? Yeah. For me, Command and Conquer is very much like it's slightly better than football spreadsheets, but it is basically just pointing and going, just go over there and shoot stuff, and then
Oh no, that's insane. So.
That is
I
a
mean,
wild
if-
thing
if
to
that's-
for
say.
me personally,
It-
I just don't like RTSs, so that's just for me.
I feel like by this definition, I want to just say that all 3 of the games we've gotten so far, by that definition, all deserve that number 5 spot.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
Even in
clicking the
Sims, you
thing.
just pointing and
Yeah.
clicking. Yeah.
yeah. No, but no, RTSs for me.
But you're right.
If
we
if
lock
5
in at
was
4,
open,
we are.
yeah, if 5 was open, I'd be happy to put it at 5.
We
but it's
are
not.
Well, no,
leaving
you're
the-
wrong about that.
Whatever
we're
the
locking
last
it at
2
4,
or 1,
yeah.
2.
1 and 2,
Oh,
which I'm
this
okay
is-
with. Let's do it.
I'm
Let's roll the
fine
dice.
with it. Yeah,
Locking
sure.
in Command and Conquer.
Sure. Vic's gonna give us some. Both of them are gonna be horrible. I feel like.
Yeah, whack.
Okay, so we have got Football Manager at
Fix-
number 5. We have
Yep.
got Command and Conquer at number 4.
Mhm.
We have The Sims at number 3. And the next game you guys will be discussing will be Pac-Man.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Surely.
Yeah,
It got. It has
one of
to.
the
Like,
greatest
there's no.
like classic series.
What
I
can he
was-
pull out that we'd be upset about Pac-Man being number 1 at this point? Like, he
I don't think there's even like you could announce my favorite franchise. You could announce Elden Ring. You could say Digimon, whatever you want to say. It's not gonna be Pac-Man.
It's not gonna be.
I
Like
was thinking
realistically,
more
unless it's Tetris. Tetris is the only game where I'm like maybe.
Mhm.
Tetris, Mario, something like that.
I don't know if I'd put Mario above Pac-Man if I'm gonna be honest with you.
I probably would, but
I think
it'd
I would.
be it'd be a 50-50. The look on his face as the next game is
It's gonna be
Mario.
Mario.
Uh-huh. But no, I mean, I'd be comfortable. Like, if we have a contentious like number 1 and number 2, like I'm happy putting Pac-Man at number 1. It's like it's one of the all-time great classic arcade games, right? And then
Yeah.
for it to come to home gaming as well, like one of the
My-
firsts after Pong and things like that.
My argument would be, and this depends how you define Mario as a franchise, but like Mario is not only one of the greatest 2D platformers of all time, but also one of the greatest 3D platformers, also one of the greatest karting games, also one of the greatest party games. Like, it kind of, if not invented, revolutionized all those different genres. Now, we're all predicating this
but-
on assuming Mario is next, which we don't know. But go on, Crash.
I think also Pac-Man predated it, and Pac-Man also got people to stand in arcades or go to the laundromat where the machine wasn't just sitting there for hours wasting money, not doing laundry, not doing whatever. They would go to restaurants, wherever, fast food spots. They had these. Not the only purpose they went out, like literally went out to the store, was to play Pac-Man.
Mhm.
Sure.
I think that like adds like power to it that you might not find. Not to say people wouldn't have done it in Mario. Mario just never had that sort of opportunity, right?
We don't even know we're getting Mario yet. So
Yeah,
I think we
that's
lock
true.
Pac-Man in at 1
Yeah.
and let's see what lands at 2.
Mhm.
Probably Redfall.
Football Manager is number 5. Command and Conquer is at number 4. The Sims is at number 3. And Pac-Man is at number 1. Your final game is Half-Life.
Fine with that list. Fine
Yeah.
with that list.
Absolutely.
I like that list.
For
Absolutely
the
fine with that
first
at 2.
ever My Xbox and Me blind rankings, the list looks like this. Football Manager, number 5. Command and Conquer, number 4. The Sims, number 3. Half-Life, number 2. And Pac-Man, number 1.
We did it, boys. There is not a person on TikTok or planet Earth who would argue with that list.
I'll
That
tell
is
you-
solid.
I mean,
I
you've
tell
not been
you-
on the internet enough, have you?
I tell you right now, boys.
It's a good list.
Other than Football Manager, I think you guys, for me, but that makes
Where would you have
perfect
put Football
sense.
Manager?
Just above Command and Conquer. That's literally
4 and
it.
5
Other
swap,
than
yeah.
that,
They were switchable
You-
for me
you
personally.
absolutely smashed that list. Well done. I think
Good
you
team.
guys done a fantastic job.
Honestly, I
Fantastic.
think even if Pac-Man and Half-Life switched, I wouldn't have personally like switched them. But even if they were in opposite spots, I think I would have been fine with it as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, might have been all right with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I think we
Well,
nailed it.
You want,
Can I
You
do
wanna do
next week's one?
you want to
If
do
I'm
one
on?
more? You want to do one more?
Oh,
One
I've
more?
got a good one
Another?
in my head, but
You want to do one more or not?
No, let's
we can do one more.
Oh, yeah, go on then. Why not? Let's do
Give
this.
them a double for the. For the
Let's
first
do double for the first one. All right, here we go.
We're giving a double for the
Do you
first
want to take
one. All right.
part in this one, Fix? Because I've got
No.
one ready to go in my head.
No,
All right,
no,
fine.
no. Can't.
Oh,
Sorry. Oh, no, I can. Perfect.
Go. Okay.
All right, you ready?
yes.
I'm ready. I like this.
All right, so we are blind ranking video games, top 5. We have got Crash, we have got Despawn, and we have got Matt P. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
Let's go.
First game, PUBG.
Ooh, this is.
That's really tricky.
This basically
I'm
spearheaded
saying-
the battle royale genre.
I'm gonna
What do you guys think?
say,
I'll just say there's not a game in history at this moment in time that has given me the same feeling that PUBG has given me ever in a video game.
We don't know what
Well,
that
I
feeling
was-
is though.
I'm gonna say number 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
I'm gonna say 4 or 5.
Okay.
I'm kind of happy to lock in at 4. Like, I think, if this list was blind ranking top 5 games that gave Fixer the feelings,
It'd
we'd
be
have
like
to do it
number
differently.
1,
Yeah.
1 or
But-
2.
but-
You know.
So many people who are in love with that Battle Royale franchise are not in love with PUBG,
Mhm.
right? Like, all the games that came after Apex, Fortnite,
God.
got in more of an audience, right? And PUBG was a moment. I mean, you could even say that
Uh,
H1Z1, right before PUBG was the real moment. But,
I think
yeah.
I think PUBG's like not familiarized a lot of people with the battle royale genre. I think like it was
It popularized it.
Yeah,
for
popularized
sure.
is the word I was looking
Absolutely.
for. Yeah, it was very much like this is the first time anyone ever really like saw that kind of genre in a video game, and yeah, the fact that it was basically based on a mod that became its own standalone thing, and it was, and the fact that like so many different games and companies have now basically built their back on that genre. So like we said Fortnite, you got Warzone is basically the biggest thing in Call of Duty nowadays. And yeah, Apex. We're not, man, we'll save it for the gaming podcast. But
Who would have thought? Maybe some of those games will pop up in this list.
could be best battle royales for all we know. Let's put it
I
at
still
4.
would be fine with 4.
4, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Nah, I'm gonna
Alright.
need you to stop moving.
I know. Stupid camera.
Next game on the list, lads, is Overwatch.
Oh man, I really want to.
Is this as a franchise or just Overwatch 1? Well,
Always
Overwatch 1
as a
is dead.
franchise. Always
Damn.
franchises.
Yeah, I want to put in like those first 3 slots so bad, but I think
I
it's
think
5.
it's got to go 5.
If
Yeah,
it
it's
was
5.
just Overwatch 1, I'd be totally happy with putting it at number 3. But
If-
the fact
if
that
we were
Overwatch 2
ranking-
exists.
If we were ranking games with the biggest fall off,
Yeah,
then
they,
Where's
we'd
like,
Redfall?
one, but we're not.
No,
Redfall never had like a launching point to be a fall off. You know, it was
That's
just-
true.
true. They just like
They rolled
Happy
out from
birth.
the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The diving
birth off
board
a cliff.
snapped underneath.
yeah.
mhm.
Like I think as a
Um,
franchise, I think
I think it's
yeah,
5.
Overwatch 2 just ruined that so much.
Yeah.
I don't-
not coming
I
out
don't-
the single player.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
love the
Some
the
people are
methodology
promises.
we're going with by building a foundation of 4 and 5 and then just being stuck with whatever we've got in the top. But
Yeah,
we're with it.
no. But I mean, when we start at 4,
Maybe
and then
we should have
you
done-
get given Overwatch. It's like, oh man.
Yeah,
maybe
we gotta put it at
PUBG
5.
should have been
It's 5.
3.
Yeah.
5?
No, it's too late.
It's
Yeah,
too late.
I know
5.
we can't change it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's 5. Okay.
Okay. So you have Overwatch at number 5, sorry. PUBG at number 4, and your next franchise will be Call of Duty.
Number 2.
I'm
Number 1.
saying number 1. Yeah, it's the biggest
outvoted.
game. Yeah, I mean, it's not a voting system, like which we can argue the for or against, but it is
That's
the
the content.
it is the biggest.
No, that's it.
Like,
no argument.
I'd even say bigger than like GTA for a franchise. Like it releases
But
like
are
I mean
we going off of popularity, or are we going off of how good the game is? Because if we're going off how good the game is, how big the game is. We should have put Overwatch above PUBG.
But it's
Yeah,
not. That's
I
not the
think we're
only thing, is it? Though it's like, but yeah, it's all right. If we don't ignore my stupidity about like GTA, but like it is one of the biggest recurring franchises of all
Oh,
time.
Also
absolutely.
the whole package, and we
Yeah, we're talking about the whole
impact it
package, like,
makes
yeah.
like it was a bad year last year for Call of Duty, right? Like a bad review year, bad. I'm assuming sales year. I don't actually know that, but like
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think it's
probably
like
not.
gangbusters.
I think Hogwarts Legacy beat it last year in sales. But yeah, like it's an interesting one, right? I think it's got to go number one for the impact that it's had. Again, like kind of periodically
Longevity,
revolutionizing
guys.
that franchise.
Yeah, longevity for sure. Still
Yeah.
popular.
There's not
I mean-
of the three games here, it has the biggest longevity.
Yeah.
You know, there's
That's
not.
a- yeah.
I don't even think GTA has the same longevity at this moment in time because it's annually as well. You
Mhm.
remember longevity
You'll
and
buy it every year.
relevancy, and
People,
I think you guys are forgetting.
Some people will buy one game a year and it will be Call of Duty.
I was just about to say, I think you're forgetting the amount of people that call in sick to just play Call of Duty the full weekend and things like that. Like this game, Call of Duty as a franchise is.
It's powerful. I'm not mad at Call of Duty at number one.
What I am mad about is Fixer trying to sway our vote. Get out of here, Fixer.
I'm just here to
Yeah,
have a
get outta
conversation.
here. No,
I'm just
you're
here to
not.
have a conversation.
But no, I am 100% happy with putting this at number one. I think, yeah.
I'm not mad at
it's-
that.
Yeah, unless he drops GTA now, then I'm going to be like, ooh.
Possible.
Number one.
Yeah, I'd say number one.
Yeah.
number one.
So we have Overwatch at number 5, PUBG at number 4. We have Call of Duty at number 1, and the next game is Gran Turismo.
Three.
3.
Yeah, it
Just
feels
as
like
low
a
as I can put it now.
solid 3, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like realistically, I probably would have put Gran Turismo at number 5 because I think in terms of like popularity and
Mm-hmm.
staying power
Yeah,
and
man.
like power of franchise, I think it's fallen off pretty drastically from what it used to be.
People were waiting for that game on PS5. People were talking about it like it was going to be the system seller. The genre of racing games is a different group of gamers, right? Like there are definitely people who held out on buying a PS5 for Gran Turismo. There are probably people who've only ever played Gran Turismo on their PS5. Like it is, yeah, iconic in a way that I don't think Overwatch is. Well, I don't know. That's a hard conversation to have.
Yeah. I
Overwatch
don't
has more of
know.
a mainstream appeal. I get what you're saying, but I think if you ask the average person, Gran Turismo or Overwatch,
Yeah.
they'll say Overwatch just because
Yeah.
of that casual appeal. And we're not three, whether the three of us making the list aren't like three racing heads, right? So that's not going to hold a whole lot of relevancy with us in that conversation because I don't even think we're the type of person that could accurately have that conversation on
Yeah.
how it affects that niche market, right?
Yeah.
I agree
But
with you. And
I
I cannot
know-
wait to see. Oh, so
Yeah.
go on.
I'm gonna say, like, I know that there are people out there that I are fully in on the driving market, and they're very much like the latest one, not so great. I heard the VR version is pretty good, but yeah, as a franchise as a whole, I'm totally fine with this being a 3.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Number 3 it is.
All right,
And your final game was WWE 2K.
Oof. That,
So
that
your
kinda
list
fucks the
reads
list.
back
That
like
fucks the
this.
list.
that's
Overwatch number 5, PUBG number 4, Gran Turismo number 3, WWE 2K, and Call of Duty number 1.
Yeah.
Not too great, boys. I would have had Gran Turismo at lower. I would have had obviously WWE lower and PUBG. For my list, it probably would have looked like this: COD, PUBG, Overwatch. I would have done it in that order. I would have put PUBG at number 2, and then there would have been a toss up between Gran Turismo and WWE. But
I think you move
Yeah.
everything up one and put WWE in that final spot, and I would have been happy with our list.
Yeah.
so what? WWE 5,
Mhm.
and then everything go up?
Overwatch
Okay.
4, PUBG 3, and Gran Turismo 2. I would have been fine with that list. Realistically, I probably would have put Gran Turismo at the 4 spot and then moved
Mhm.
everything else up.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
That's not how the game works.
Yeah,
And so we are
unfortunately
claiming
not.
that WWE
Is
is
the second best
the
game out of
second
all.
greatest franchise. of all
Franchise,
time
yeah.
under
And I'm
Call of
sat here in
Duty.
my AEW shirt thinking, no, you're
Hey.
wrong.
It's
You know?
WWE 2K in specific, you said, right?
WWE, the 2K series.
Yeah.
Oh, which is painful.
That's
'cause
so rough.
that is,
that's
they
so
are
rough.
not a great series.
No.
Recently.
So that doesn't include like SmackDown versus Raw, right?
Nope.
No.
None of the good
None of
ones.
the good
No
ones.
mercies.
All THQ. Nope, none of that.
Wow. Wow,
So-
that makes it so much worse.
Next week, I will join the panel in arguing because I found a website that does it. I didn't want to tell you.
Okay.
I didn't know any of those.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
I like
Okay,
that.
great.
Cool.
So
like
yeah,
that.
next week we can argue all together and make the decisions because I don't know what's coming next. So
I like it.
yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you're watching on TikTok, make sure you hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. I won't say that every week on the extra. I promise. I'll make a whole thing that Despawn will edit in. I promise. Boys, that's it. We've gone over by 20 minutes, which we were having a bit of fun. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of My Xbox and Me Extra. Boys, anything to promote this week? The one thing I'll promote real quickly: live streams. We should have a live stream up on Mondays, on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is the plan. You might lose the Wednesday stream because that might turn into my Mondays when Matt can't make it for Baldur's Gate, but Baldur's Gate should be starting soon. We don't have an exact time yet because Matt's all over the place.
No, we're doing it Monday. We're doing our session 0 on Monday.
I don't think
I
we
just
can.
I
Yeah,
thought you
I don't
said
think we
can.
can.
If I make my character in D&D Beyond, then make him later and just
no, you
put him
can't.
into the game,
You
right?
all
Oh, we have to make the
you all
character
have to
at the
be
same
there.
time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I responded to you saying this, Matt.
Sorry,
We did,
I missed
we
that.
did.
Sorry,
No,
everybody.
You're good.
No,
We'll figure it
alright,
out. Like I say, it's coming soon. We are starting our Baldur's Gate playthrough real soon. We're going to try and role play it as well, our characters and everything. We have a session 0, which we'll be sure to announce on our social medias and on Patreon and things like that. So keep an eye out on all that everywhere. Crush, what you got to promote?
Follow me on Twitter at Kreshnik Plays. I'm gonna be trying to whole New Year's resolution thing. I'm gonna be trying to tweet out more and be more interactive with the community and stuff like that. So
Fair enough. Despawn?
The My Xbox and Me TikTok. Go hang
We
out
did
and
it!
see. We did it.
We made content on there after
Yay!
Matt's face just went all over it. I was going back through looking. It's like, oh yeah, this is lockdown, Matt.
Yeah, I was just kicking around.
lockdown.
This is lockdown, man. That was a match during lockdown. Damn, I forgot.
But yeah, go check out the TikTok, tiktok.com/@ My Xbox and Me. I don't know why they're the only site that uses an @ but it is what it is. But yeah, go check it out. We're posting more content on there. Hopefully we should have another TikTok coming out soon.
TikTok on that soon should have this blank ranking should be on there as well. So if you saw this, know that it's on TikTok as well. Go like, favorite. I've learned. So it's like, favorite, comment,
Mm-hmm.
and then share to someone via WhatsApp
Mm-hmm.
or a
WhatsApp
social media
specifically?
No, just off of the platform.
Yeah.
So they
Oh.
love it when you share something off of the platform. And then
Oh,
you
interesting.
share to someone to click through that. That helps push the algorithm from what I've been told. So
Okay.
yeah, if you see mine and Haley's WhatsApp, it's literally just me sending her like WhatsApps and her sending me WhatsApps back and forth. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll give you all my phone numbers. You can just WhatsApp me our own links, all right? But
Yeah, perfect.
I'll
What if we
yeah,
just shared it into the Discord and people click to it through the Discord?
that as well?
That works too. I won't fix his number.
I think you've
Well,
got my
yeah.
number. One of you two have got my number from EGX. I don't know who. Anyway, until next time, we'll love you, leave you, see you later. Boys.